Sundays on talking about anything due to the fact that we're trying to keep things true with the Lord. But I have to come in. I have to talk about this one right here. Now, as you know, that we've had some very serious problems with the YouTuber by the name of crows1176, who has gone in and done just about everything you could possibly think of breaking the law on every level you could possibly think of. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. So as I told you before, this individual one that started some very nasty rumors about our company, continued to do these campaigns on so-called faking buying our products, so-called doing fake reviews on YouTube, multiple copyrights violations, cyber stalking, cyber bullying, cyber harassment, attacked my family, went out and attacked my family, and all kinds of stuff. Got other individuals involved in his criminal activity, had them stalk our family, had them hit our email accounts, bombard our email accounts with all kinds of rude comments, our cell phone numbers. Even the guy by the name of Silent Wake, which is AKA called Daniel McAfee, which we found later on, found his name. He was stalking areas that we were at. Any place we walked to on Daily Walk or Talk, he was stalking these places because we have all the paperwork and stuff we had to go through. Now, he claims, oh, and Mr. Williams, another person, Mr. Williams, who also too was a part of that group that went around basically sending letters out to people who lived in, or I lived in my neighborhood, trying to make a lot of trouble for us. So, the real reason why he removed the site is because Crow's in a lot of trouble. Crow has committed perjury. Number one is he committed perjury against his LLC, where he went out and he basically lied on documents that his company has only been around for 5 months. It has been a lot farther than that. He's also got himself in trouble with not only the LLC, but the Frankenstein. He, for years, made money off a trademark and never paid out one royalty. Just because you basically remove videos off your account, just because you pull down your website and make it notice that you're never going to come back on, the charges have already been filed. Everything's filed, everything's ready to go. Next year, we begin the process of basically prosecuting Mr. Fernando on multiple criminal charges, including everything from copyrights, perjury, terroristic threats, cyber stalking, and everything else. The individuals that you tied yourself with, they wouldn't have never known anything about our company, or maybe their minds might not have been poisoned on that level if they didn't have a conversation with you. Mr. Rogers, keep in mind, because this guy's running now, it makes it even worse for you guys, far worse for you guys, because now it shows that he's admitting guilt by doing this. We've had known Jamie for years, and mind you, we have sent documents to his apartment telling him to back down with the cease and desist orders. Attorneys contacted him, and he just refused to back down. The reason why Mr. Fernando is running is because Mr. Fernando has copyright charges on him, and these are extremely, very serious charges. I told you before that he did reach out to an attorney. Most people do. Excuse me. You're being hit with copyright charges or any kind of charges. People reach out to the law, or somebody knows something about the law, to see exactly what kind of trouble they're going to be in, what are the odds of them going to jail, how much money they're going to lose in a lawsuit. And again, a copyright, there is no way around these things. You hit one of these things and there's just substantial evidence showing that you did tamper with them, it is lights out. You are going to jail for a very long time. Every attorney we talk to in this building, because I like to be 100% sure on everything, I'm that type of person, even though I know I have the evidence to prosecute, I like to be sure before we go into a courtroom. Every single one of them said, oh, he's never getting out of jail. Every single one. This is why the CCB sent a process server to his front door, because there was enough evidence at the review process to convict him on copyright infringement. And the fact that that evidence and that process server showed up at his front door makes it so more easy for us to walk into federal court and get the okay to take it to that level. Now, again, this individual had other friends that he was doing business with. McAfee, Daniel McAfee, which we gave him a way to get out of this. He didn't choose it. He decided to contact one of my family members. It's back on for him. Meeting with the FBI, He has several different accounts of identity fraud. He has different accounts of post office mail fraud. Mr. Williams, another person who also too carried on and acted up with Crow, was also too carrying on and acting up. He's also looking at multiple accounts of post office mail fraud, terroristic threats, you name it, it goes on and on. So it doesn't, gentlemen, at the end of the day, it doesn't basically just stop at you just coming in and just removing your YouTube channels and removing websites. That's not going to help you. You're still going to come into a courtroom because we have substantial, large amounts of evidence that were already filed into the Allentown Police Department, clearly showing you committing these acts. Defamation lawsuits will begin at the beginning of the year, and we will have process servers reaching your apartment. If you move, I'll come down to California with an attorney, and I will get a bench warrant or anything we have to score a warrant for your arrest, and you'll be hunted. You're not getting away that easy. Not going to happen that way. Now, I know you want to come on YouTube, give out this whole sad story, I'm leaving on to better things. There is no better things for you. You're going to be in front of a courtroom. You're going to be in front of a judge, and you're going to face prosecution. That's what's going to happen. You should have did this when the cease and desist order came through. This would be the time to have done that. Not after that and continue to touch our copyrights and slander our company. That would have not been the time to do it. So, the real reason why this video is missing off his account, the real reason why he says he's moving on to better things, because he has a ton of charges coming his way. That's why. So, clear it up real quick. Now, do we have any hatred for Jamie? No. If we had hatred for Jamie, it would have been handled so many different ways. No, we don't. At the end of the day, this guy went out and committed crimes and then basically feels that he's going to get away with it. And this is the reason why that I think that Fernando has been continuing to do these things. Because again, the only way someone's going to touch a copyright that many times, unless they feel they can get away with it. And if you look at the example of the Frankenstein mix, if you look at that product right there, that is clearly not his name. He doesn't own the rights to that. But he made money off that name for years. And people feel that they can get away with stuff. They will continue to do these things, knowing they can get away with it. And that's the problem, Mr. Fernando. He's been getting away with things for a very long time. You're not getting, buddy. You're filed in the system already. It's already taken care of. So, again, get ready for a process server when it comes to your door. I would appreciate you going and accept the paperwork. Don't make it a headache at the end of the day. Because when it comes to a headache, they're going to keep coming back. And they're going to keep coming back. And there's more to come after that. My family's filing charges against him because he doxed their addresses on his website. We have proof of all of that. You went out with their address and exposed their address. My 89-year-old mother was living over there at the time, and you exposed that address, putting their lives in danger, putting my mother's life in danger. You went over to the apartment. You doxed the address over there. You carried on. You even showing people down to the point of where my cat was sitting in a window. All kinds of stuff. If anyone had took that seriously, if we weren't protected by the Lord, anything could happen. I could have walked out that building, got shot. I could have walked out that building, got into a confrontation. It could have been a lot of things could have happened. Where my window was sitting at, somebody could have drove up and shot through our window. That's the kind of danger he puts people into, and then turns around and goes, oh, it's not really a big thing. I'm just going to disappear off YouTube, and that's the end of it. No, you're not going anywhere, buddy. You're not going anywhere. I told you, I got a friend of mine who's a bounty hunter. You disappear, and a warrant goes up for your arrest, he's going to come get you. And guarantee you, he'll bring you back. I guarantee you, 100%, he'll bring you back. Got nasty with one of my family members, a Marine, ex-Marine. No, you're not going anywhere, buddy. And by the way, the ex-Marine, he also does bounty hunter work. So you got that one to worry about too. And he can't wait for you to have a bench warrant come upon you, because he's going to come get you. You made a lot of trouble for yourself. A lot of trouble with my family on the other half, doxing their addresses on YouTube, popping up one end on YouTube, and pulled up family members on the other side of my family, which they're different. You know what I mean? We love them, but they're different. They're interesting. Everybody having their family. Dug them up, found two of their addresses, and started calling out their names on YouTube. That's not getting squashed. Regardless, that's not getting squashed. You still got to talk to them at the end of the day, because they want to know how you got their information, how do they know you in any way, how you affiliated with them. That's still going to go through, no matter what. So they've been watching your account. They know everything I know. They know everything about you. The only reason why it hasn't gone down that road because I asked them at the end of the day, so look, I need this. I need to be to get this guy into a courtroom. I need closure for all this stuff that he's been causing to my company. So yes, Mr. Fernando, I will have you in the courtroom. I will have you before a judge for multiple lawsuits and also involving multiple criminal charges. You're not going anywhere at all. Unless you leave in the country, that's it. Other than that, since you're here in the United States, you're going to jail. That's all to it. You're going to serve the time that needs to be served. You started all this nonsense to begin with. When you first came into my YouTube channel and you first bumped into me and I told you my products are being sold, I sell my products, you should have just left it alone. Instead, you go online and you start saying we're scammers, we're ripping people off, we're doing this, we're doing that. I'm not going to let that go, man. I'm not going to let that go. You look nice in the video. It seems like you lost some weight, so that looks fantastic right there. Happy for you on that one. But other than that, man, you got to go to court. The Lord said follow through. We're going to follow through. So get ready. Get an attorney. You're going to go to court, and we have to prosecute you on what you have done. The other individuals that were involved in following your shenanigans at the end of the day, let you know we're coming for you. So again, you can pull your websites down. You can pull your YouTube channel down. It doesn't make a difference. You've already been filed. I filed you last year. So you're all ready to go. So that's basically about it. I got things to take care of. I told you before, people, at the end of the day, the devil's a time waster. I warned you, the devil's a time waster. This is what he does. He specializes in this field. I'm a person, the perfect product of knowing about this because I went through this in my lifetime. I went through all this. And I try to warn Mr. Fernando and the others multiple times on my YouTube channel to stay away, not because we are afraid of you, because we're not afraid of you. Not because we want you to back down. If you want to keep on going, I got no problem with taking you to court and taking all your stuff from you and suing you. I mean, I got no problem with that. Nobody has a problem with that. The road you're traveling down is an extremely dangerous road. The problem is you're so caught up in this world right here, you don't see between the lines about what's going on. So, at the end of the day, you have to understand that the situation that Satan has gotten you into, you're going to still have to go through that situation. You're still going to have to, unless you got the Lord with you, which you're definitely going to need. This is the time. If you're doing this running now, this is the time to start getting down on your knees and praying and asking the Lord to help you in this situation. Because we have to go forth and follow these, get the rest of these charges done, and you're going to have to go through this process. And this is why I warn people at the end of the day why you don't follow the devil. Because the devil will lead you down a spiral path of nothing but blackness. It's a shame. He could have did better. He could have did a much better job. If he had did things by the book, when he first started off, when we saw Fernando, it looks like he was doing some stuff. He was giving away some free products. He had some good paints he was actually doing at the end of the day. But then things started to spiral as he started to become filling up with hatred toward our company and started directing all this negative energy toward us, and then everything went downhill for him. Everything. Listen to the devil. That's why you don't pay him any mind. Well, that's that right there. I think he feels at the end of the day because he said he removed the website for good. And I think he feels at the end of the day that we're going to let it go. And I'm sorry, we can't. We have to bring you to court. You did too much stuff, man. If you did something small like that, little things here and there, I could let that go. But this is, you did a lot of stuff, man. You attacked my family at the end of the day. And, if you did half the stuff that you did that so many people on YouTube, they would have taken your head off. You'd have contacted one of their family members and carried on like that, sending pornography to my phone, And like I said, I got little ones that's why I'm glad I go in and walk and I put my phone up high. Any one of the little ones could have picked up that phone and got that pornography. You do some really nasty stuff, and then you think you're going to run away from it. And who knows, like I said, I think the problem is that people have been letting it go for you, man. People have been letting it go. I think it's time for you to pay. You have to pay for what you've done. You did a lot of stuff, man. The way you treated other people, man, is definitely uncalled for. So, again, we'll see you in court. And as for the rest of them who follow them, you also will be seeing the court also, too. So I would advise you, right from the door, get an attorney right away. That's what I advise you. Because you're going to have to fight for your life right now. You're going to have to fight to keep yourself out of jail. And you have to fight right now to basically keep your livelihood. Because we have substantial, massive amounts of evidence against you. And now we have... It's just sad to see people mess their lives up this bad. And I'm not, and you think I'm happy and rejoicing? No, it's sad. It's really sad. People just, you only get one life. Why destroy it? Why wreck it? Do something positive. But you hear me on camera all the time talking about do something positive, do something positive with it. It's short. I got 8 years, 9 months. I will never ever get back. Ever. It's gone. Else with that. I could have joined the service. I could have did something with it besides going out there and doing get taken away. Yes, I became a man of God at the end of the day, but still, you know, Lord could have saved me any way He wanted to. But to take that route was an awful route to take. I'll never get that time back ever. And that's why I tell you that life is too. Try to do something positive every single day. I wish He would have did less on attacking the copyrights. I wish He would have did less on doing demonstrations against our product. He did multiple demonstrations saying our products were nothing more than black paint. All kinds of stuff, vicious stuff He did against our companies. The emails, bombarding our emails and carrying on and cursing us out. Every nasty comment you could possibly think of. We even got a couple of devil worshipping 666 symbols pushed through. Just carrying on and acting up. So you don't get to leave out that like that. The thing that you need to do right now is you need to pray and you need to find God, because you definitely are going to need Him in this situation. All right, people. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. Sundays early in the morning. It's like 8 something. It's not the rest of the morning. I got some things I got to take care of because I'm in here organizing stuff and getting things ready and stuff. So really not supposed to be on here, but I just wanted to basically talk about that and get that out there. Just why he took off and why the site went down and everything, because yeah, a lot of trouble. I wouldn't be surprised right now if he's not receiving documents already for the LLC, because he's definitely got to be receiving those already. They're kind of on point about those documents, and I'm pretty sure he's getting harassed by them. So when I say harassed, because he has to give those documents up. You have to. That state of the due date or state, whatever it is, you have to have those documents. He can't remove that. He literally cannot remove that. He can't liquidate the LLC due to the fact that those documents are missing. And then on top of that, he still runs the risk of eviction from the building because, again, we still have to speak to the landlord. We have to speak to him. I need to know, what did he know when he was in that building committing those crimes? How much did he know? So we have to talk to him. So if he thinks that he's going to, no, we have to talk to him, man. You committed some very serious crimes, man. We have to have a conversation with him. We need to know if he knew about your activities. So if he did, then we can start the next stage of filing a lawsuit against him also. So he's going to find out about it sooner or later, and he's going to have to remove you from the building because it's actually one of the process in your lease, and you can't commit a crime when you're on their property. They have to remove you from the building. So it's interesting when I tell you, you have to be very careful about things you say from your mouth, because the very things you say from your mouth will happen to you. He made claims when he first started off that he was going to put us out of business. He made claims that he was going to expose our company. We're ripping people off. He made claims that I was going to be removed from the houses I was renting. I was going to be removed out of the apartment I was renting. He made all kinds of awful claims. And the very things that he said, oh, and I'm sorry to say, put this in here real quick, but also said that I was going to get locked up. I was going back to jail. And the very things that he spoke just now happened to him. Lost his business. He's going to jail. That's definitely no doubt about it. He's being sued. As he claims he's going to sue us, he's definitely being sued. And he's getting an eviction notice. They have to remove him from the building. Everything he said just now happened to him. That's why I said you have to be very careful. Words are very powerful. And again, at the end of the day, you come against a Christian and you carry on and act up, yeah, and you're going to have to face those consequences behind it. I told you about that story. He thought it was a joke. No, I told you about the story. I threatened a Christian's life and almost lost my own life in the process. You have to be careful what you say from your mouth. Christians are the same way. They have to be careful what they say. So, I'm happy you lost some weight there. I do see you lost some weight, so that's good. But the sad thing about it is, Mr. Fernando, we are going to court, and you will see my face. So, I will get a chance to meet you. And, again, we have to follow through on this. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful Sunday and God bless.